city's gonna tell you the tale. Everyone was left in the veil. My time won't come to an end. Take a look around, it's a war zone. The damage is already done. Take a look around, it's a war zone. The damage is already done. Take a look around. And keep your guns high. It's a war zone. It's a war zone. And I'll be fighting for my life, so keep your guns high. It's a war zone. It's a war zone. And I'll be fighting. I'm bad to the bone. Got blood on my knees. I'm bad for my life, I'm fighting. Yeah, I'm bad to the bone. Got blood on my knees. I'm bad for my life, I'm fighting. The ash keep burning down. No, you won't hear a sound. The screaming bottled within. Take a look around. And keep your guns high. It's a war zone. It's a war zone. And I'll be fighting for my life, so keep your guns high. It's a war zone. It's a war zone. And I'll be fighting. And I'll be fighting for my life, so keep your guns high. It's a war zone. It's a war zone. And I'll be fighting for my life, so keep your guns high. It's a war zone. It's a war zone. And I'll be fighting.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to Rivals Play-ins tonight. RSC has never been in a better place right now. We've had our prospect and challenger playoffs last week, and we're here to continue our Rivals Play-in actions, continuing from yesterday. We're going to start with the Brave rival team, which is Flame versus the Pantera rival team Onca. And I believe this is going to be a very exciting night. What do you think about this, Sir Winelot?
You know what? We've seen some pretty amazing teams so far throughout these series, and I think I've been unlucky, but also lucky in the booth. Everything's gone right down to the wire. I don't know if my heart can take it. I just had a coffee. I'm going to be speaking a million miles a minute. So you just calm me down if I get going too much, okay, my friend Gas?
No problem. I mean, unfortunately, I missed Prospect and Challengers playoffs because I was ill. But luckily for me, I'll be here to cast the Rivals games, which I believe will be more intense, more exciting.
Well, I'm excited to be in the booth with you. It's always a pleasure. And we do have some predictions, and we do have some great teams waiting to play here. And I don't think anyone in the crowd is even close to sitting back right now. Everyone on the edge of their seat. And that's what we like. That's why we play the game. Can't expect this one to be starting any sooner than it is, but we are excited for it to get going.
Yeah, so, okay, yeah. But yeah, all the players are into the lobby. Yeah, that's the thing. So, when it comes to the rosters, at least from how they fared in the in the season. I believe Flame are the one entering into this with a higher record and higher seed. So it usually looks like this might go their way. I mean, they also have a much higher win percentage, 52 win percentage, and Onca have 47%, which is actually a big difference if you actually look at it.
It's actually a massive difference, and it's going to come down to who shows up today, I think. It looks to be some inconsistencies. We get some really great games from them and then some really bad ones. Does it have to do with the people they're playing, or does it have to do with their own skill and mindset? I think that's something we find out today.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I'm looking at this. I've watched a lot of what do you call them? Zix. So I mean, he goes by Saltian also. I know him as Saltian, and I've watched him play. I've watched Roloff play a lot too. So I'm familiar with these two. I believe they're very talented players. And when it comes to the Onca squad, I've seen a lot of Avi, and Avi is a very, very dangerous player. And I heard that he's actually one of the best players in Rival.
So is that who you're going with today then? Are you going to stay true to your original thoughts?
The thing is, I'm also like, I love Brave. I love Brave in general also. So it's a really tough one to predict. But I have to stick with the Brave boys here. I think watching it, I've casted them also before, so I've seen what they can do, and I can trust them as long as they keep the other people in check, especially Avi. I feel like it should be a good win for them. 3-1.
You know what? C'est bon. C'est parfait. Mais pour moi, I will be choosing 5. I think we're going to go with Flame here with you. Here. I'm going to go 3-1 Flame. We have to play. We have to play what we have to play, okay? It's not an attack versus you, okay? It's not that I'm trying to side with you all the time, but we have to make it interesting, Gaz, and I think that's what we're doing. But more importantly, I think the players are going to make it a bit more interesting here. It seems you can feel the energy in the room, Gaz. These guys are ready to go.
I mean, the Flame boys are early, so definitely they are ready to go.
They are ready.
Yeah, they want to win this game. But the Onca boys, I was so waiting for them a bit.
Well, maybe they're trying to freeze the other team. You know, it doesn't. Maybe that's a sign of no nerves from them. They're just gonna waltz on in here and be relaxed, ready to go in when they're ready. Nothing wrong with that. I like a little bit of the mind games. We'll say it's on purpose. Maybe it's just due to lack of responsibility, but who knows? Either one is fine with me. At the end of the day, we do have to take one thing into account here, Gaz. And we are not trying to be the stars of the show, but I feel an immediate chemistry with you. Oh. I think today we're going to see a couple of overtimes, and in the prospect side of things, in all showing our predictions and showing our true onus to the game of Rocket League, do you think nerves have any sort of encounter on how today's going to show out? Do you think the best team just wins, or do you think nerves can actually change where we end up?
No, I've been around RSC for a while. I've been around for like more than a year. So I've seen a lot of things happen. I've seen teams, I've seen favorites to win, even prospect and favorites to win the whole prospect tier, crashed out. Both of their matches, crashed in the upper bracket match and crashed out in the lower bracket match. So anything can happen, honestly. It's more of like, yeah, who comes in ready, of course. You definitely have to be ready from the way you've played throughout the season, yeah. And you know which team has the ability to do so and so. But then also nerves come into play. Nerves come into play a lot.
And you know what? I think they will today. I think two things to avoid for either team are those pesky little kickoff goals. Those can be heartbreaking. And then controlling boost throughout that mid-boost grabs, I think, are going to be important as well. And the demos. We saw the stats earlier. There are some physical sides here. The demos will be definitely something they have to look out for as they rotate through on the goal line. I'm going to be excited. I love the physical play of Rocket League. I think the demos are always going to be meta, and I love seeing people use them. I don't like being demoed, though. I can say that, Gaz. But we have to. You can't have it both ways, can you? You can't.
Yeah, you can't have it both ways. Unless if you're the one chasing the demos always. But yeah, I love seeing a lot of demos, the bump plays. You know, it's because in this kind of games, especially at this point that Rocket League has evolved to, defense is very I would say it's easy, but at this level, a lot of people know the basics of defense, positioning, the rotations. So a lot of teams you find are very solid on defense. So what do you do to solid teams on defense? You have to get them out of the way. You have to bump them out or demo them out of the play, and this can free your team, of course. But then, uh, like on the other hand, if you're chasing these bumps and demos, you're also leaving your team on a two people on attack, which they can easily get countered on. So it's a risky play. It comes with its benefits and it also comes with its risks, and it depends on who is willing to take it and who how do I say minimizes those risks.
Right, the calculated risks. I like what you're saying
Yeah.
there. It's like, what can we do to not get countered, but also maybe create a good chance? And there's always that balance. We do have the team join in here, and that means we're getting more excited. There's almost like a hush over the crowd here, Gaz. The whole stadium has fallen silent, waiting for the countdown. We just got to know when we're allowed to go here.
Oh yeah. It seems like everyone has joined the lobby. And if I'm not wrong, I think we can go. Sure, go. Yeah. And let's get this much awaited game on the way.
The countdown is in. Is everybody in? It looks to be so. And here they go. Gaz, an early start here off to the goal line, and it's going to be controlled well. And a big demo, as we talked about right off the bat. Is that a sign of things to come? Who knows? But it's a statement demo off the start, Gaz, as we have the ball here into the corner. Do you think this pace of play is already fast, or do you think they're kind of both feeling each other out?
From what I know, I feel like it's still a bit slow. It's I feel like it's the first game. It's been a long week away from playing since the last week of league play. Well, probably a week and a half. So definitely teams are still filling each other out. It's been a while and they're taking their time. But we can see Liam with a nice shot, almost on target, off the backboard though. But Soltian will control that. Not a lot of boost for him. Let's see what Danilo can do here to bring his team into play as he tries to passes off the corner. Breezy J just blocking that. Trying to launch a counter attack. Soltian has to back off, leaving this ball for Danilo to pass this to the corner, to the side wall. Now going for an air dribble. Challenge by Liam. Nice early challenge coming out from him. Just keeping the play in the midfield. But Avi with a chance who passes middle and his teammates will not connect to that. But Liam taking the shot. It's so wide off the target.
It could have been. It's a great first chance. They have another chance here with the 50, and it's going to be absolutely bombed down the field, and they needed that bad, Gas. They needed to get out of there and recollect some boost, reorganize their back line. You're right, though. The defense is easy to organize, and when you have it down pat, it's hard to beat. So here they come again. Another wave, an onslaught of attack. It's going to be a first. Oh, Gas! Take me through what you saw there. That's up off the left-right post there, and it's back out into a dangerous area. How is that not in?
I don't know, man. Liam, that's his third. That's the 10 chance that he has. He took it wide off. It was so wide. I don't know if it's like the nerves or just maybe the you haven't played in a while, so you're still warming up. But yeah, I'll give him the benefit of doubt because he hasn't played in a while. I'll say that. But let's see what Roloff Ave can do here. Ave just beating one now. We'll have to chase this down with 0 boost, leaving it to his teammate Breezy J. Breezy J challenged by Roloff. There's a demo in the midfield by Soltion. It's an open net. Ave has to go back in time. He controls it. I actually thought the ball was going to pass him there.
He did really well there, I thought, to kind of calm down and take a good touch over to his corner. It actually might result in a goal for them here. If there's any mistakes to happen, you don't want it to happen on your own goal line, but he did well. It could be a shot on net. No, it's back off to the sidewall. Here comes Salty. He's going to get the potential. No, he doesn't. He gets that one first. Troubles here. They're going to be a 3-on-2. No boost. Really well to stall for some time, but danger's not all the way cleared. It's going to be back in the middle. Another good bump. They are bumping so beautifully into the rotation here. It seems like they're not going to get scored on for this whole series, Gas.
Oh yeah, but we don't have a shot coming out from BCJ. It's almost on target, but it's off the post. But nice control coming out from Soldier now, off the side wall, beating one. That was a miss actually. But now Soldier have to play this middle, challenged by Ave. Roloff will be up though. BCJ, can he get a really good clear? Will beat Roloff. Now Hassia has to do is bring a middle for Liam. Liam to take a challenge, wide off again. Liam wide off again.
And it's going to be countered. And it's not going to be in, but we have to talk about a couple of the misses. Are those going to come back to haunt you? We've seen it 1,000 times in Rocket League, Gaz. You miss a couple, and all of a sudden you find yourself down 1-0 when you could have been up 3-0. Is that going to be a problem in this series, those missed chances coming back to haunt them?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, you're missing a lot of chances, especially early on, and the time is dwindling down. Anything can happen. The worst thing that you want is to go into overtime, especially that's when the nerves come into play. And you start thinking that I haven't scored throughout the game. I can't shoot. And you start doubting yourself, and you stop taking the chances that you should be taking, you know. And I've experienced stuff like that, and those really affect players, and that can really change the game and affect you also. But let's see whether they can overcome this. As now they will launch a counter attack. Ave with a pass off the corner middle for Liam will have to back off as well if we get a good clear. Solskjaer will be up trying to play his middle. Not a lot of boost for him to get a touch here. Now Ave off the corner controlling this pinch off the sidewalk. Liam with a going pop off. Breezy J will be up. Ave is forward now. Can he leave it forward to Ave? No, not a lot of boost for him to do that as he will try and beat one. Cannot beat the second defender though. Nice touch coming up from actually a miss coming up from Liam here, but Breezy J will get a good clear. Rolev will leave it to Solskjaer. Solskjaer clearing it to the side now, follow his own ball, controlling this to the side, or following it. Nice challenge coming up from Avi. Rolev with the shot. Breezy J is pushed up a bit too far. It's on target for Rolev, and Rolev will just get the first goal of the game.
I think that's one shot, one goal. To be honest, it's just finds itself slotted into the top left corner. Not much you can do there to keep that out. It's just so well hit. Maybe a bit up on the field, but they were dominating so much. For like 4 minutes, you find yourself kind of starting to sneak up the field, trying to push for that goal, and they find themselves up 1-0. Could they get up 2-0 here? It's a shot on net. It's going to be a save. Whoa, guys, that one is about as close as they've come. Scoring a second one. It is going to be all problems going forward now here. 20 seconds left. That's a great touch off to the back wall. Here it comes for the double tap. No, he can't get it back. It's going to be up in the left corner. It's going to be back into a dangerous place. He has enough boost. No, he does not. It's a good touch. Up in the middle. 10 seconds left, Gaz. Take us down these last 10 seconds. Can they do it?
Left now with the flick middle. Ave will control this though. He will beat one. He cannot beat the last. He actually beats the last defender. Liam will have his chance now to redeem himself. Man, get the bomb and he misses the bomb. Oh no. That's so close.
No. It just feels like the better team did not win that game. Not to take anything away from Flame. They played beautiful defense, but it just feels like the dominant side was Onca, and if it goes that way all series, it's a law of averages. You got to wonder, are they going to be able to hang on?
Yeah, I don't even think it's like Brave played great defense, you know. It was more of they just couldn't score. Onca just could not score. Like he missed the Liam, he had so many chances. I'm not trying to single him out because also his teammates too. So many chances just wide off the mark on an open net. So it's you can't let this happen to you. But we don't have the players now asking for a reset, a lobby reset. Apparently one of the Flame players, Saltion, was lagging. So
I did see his spike, some leg spikes for him. I saw him at 180 ping quite a few times. Just to put that out there, he's not being a little baby. Okay, it's true. I saw the spikes, and it is annoying to play at 180 ping, and we play for keeps out here, guys. We want to have the best players with the best ping possible, so let's get them a lobby reset, and then we'll continue on.
Oh, definitely. But you start to wonder, like, if Flame were playing with a player that was lagging most of the game, like, that's practically been useless in the whole game. It's basically a 2v3. I start to wonder, how did Flame end up taking that game? How?
Well, now I'm scared. Them going forward might be an actual issue for Onca here, because if they get 3 players firing on all cylinders instead of 2, I mean, I'm no mathematician. I've played a lot of sports before, but the more players you have on the field, the better, right? So it does seem like that might cause some problems for Onca here. We're just gonna wait for new lobby settings, and we will be good to go. It is there if you see it.
Yeah.
Maybe don't say it out loud, but
I'm seeing it, don't worry.
Yeah, it sounded like you were going to say it for a second, Gas. It sounded like you were going to say, I was trying to get ahead of the issue, is all I was doing.
So,
complete trust in Gas, guys. I swear to God, complete trust in Gas. No problems.
Okay. Hello, Flame. So, oh my God, yeah, I keep saying Flame. Oh my God. So it seems like I'm talking about the player Flame. No. But at least
It does, but I know what you're saying now because I've seen you do it a couple times. But for the viewers at home, he is indeed not talking about the Team Flame. He's cheering for the other guys here, whatever his prediction's going to come true. I don't know. I've been spot on with my predictions lately, Gaz. I don't know if you want to go mano a mano. Maybe you and I can get a little 1v1 after in Rocket League and we'll settle this debate. But as for now, we have the players joining in the new lobby and we should be ready to go shortly.
Hello, production, did we get my prediction wrong? I said Flame to win 3-1. Why am I seeing Pantera win it? Hello, production?
I don't know. That's what it says on the screen, Gaz. We can't go with the production doesn't make mistakes. All right, they don't make mistakes. So you can't change now. All right, we all heard what you said, but it's not what you meant clearly. So you gotta have to stick with what's up on there on the board. All right, Gaz, don't you dare.
I'm being framed at the moment, but I mean, I said Flame to win. Production says I think Pantera to win. So either way, I win. It's a win-win situation for me. Either way it goes.
Okay, you say you're being framed. I feel like I'm being flamed. No pun intended. The players are ready to start. Let's get them in here.
Yeah. Now we do head into game 2. I start to ask the question. Do Flame end up getting better in the defense and offense, trying to get a few more goals now that Salty and the lobby has been reset? Or do Pantera lock in and actually do something now?
Well, I hope they do, but how awkward would it be if they lose this match after gaining their third man back? I would not want to be that man in the dressing room in between game 2 and 3, but we'll see what they can do. It's a great save off the ball, off the back end of the ball there, and Rolap is going to get mid boost, trying to get to the next pass. They can't quite connect. He actually almost gets the bump, but it's going to be a free setup for AB, who actually fakes very smartly here. He's going to have a full tank of gas, but does get 50'd into the corner, and here they go. They're going to break out. They get one pop over Salty, and the next attack is going to be on, and Rolap has to be there. He is. Can they keep the pressure on? And it's going to be bumps on the way out. Oh! Domino actually recognizing the bump and comes to help a teammate there out of rotation. Really smart from him, Gas, as this pace of play is much faster than the last game we just watched, and I wonder why.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, instead of a 2v3 now, it's a 3v3, and definitely it will feel faster. And the players are warmed up as a shot coming out from Arvi, just a free ball for him, bouncing down, bouncing up, and he takes it immediately, no wasting time here.
And you have to wonder, like, they couldn't score the whole first game without the man advantage, and here they go a minute in. Is it harder to organize 3 men or 2? Who knows? But as of now, there is a 1-0 lead for the boys in white here, if they can see that, and it's going to be a tight series. I think we're in for a long one, Gas.
Yeah, it's another shot on target for Breezy J. Nice pass coming up from Arvi there. That was beautiful, and it's just an opener for him. Just has to shoot it on target. But finally, Onca, they are getting the shots on target.
And they're starting to go in. It seems to me like all they had to do was hit the net, and now the kitchen sink has been thrown, and it landed nicely. 2-0 for Onca here, and it's going to be a good series. But what does Flame have to do differently here besides playing down to 2 men again? What do they have to do differently here to get back in this game, guys?
Yeah, so I feel like they just need to stabilize themselves. They're just giving these free balls to Onca here. They're just taking advantage right now. Especially the fact like now Onca, they've been a bit more clinical. They warmed up. So you can't let them get a chance now. Let's see what Liam can do here as he pops it off for Avi. Avi will be up, challenged by Danilo. No, he bounces off the ceiling. Soldier will go off his back, but clears to the side. Roll left with a 50. It bounces off the side wall. Danilo does not have a lot of boost to jump for this. It's a clear off the corner. Roll left with a pass. Danilo can't turn for this. No, you actually leave it though. Soldier has to back up as Breezy J will try and beat him. Soltion, that was questionable. I don't know what happened there. I thought he was definitely going to get an easy clear there.
Well, you know what? It was questionable, but they did have to kind of call an audible there, and isn't that crazy about Rocket League? So many audibles all the time. You can be taught what to do, but there's so many different scenarios. As he gets a good ceiling reset, he's trying to get the dunk. Almost, and there's going to be another opportunity here. The double's on, and oh my goodness, chaos on the goal line, off the crossbar, off the goal line, off the player, and out. But the pressure's not out yet. It's going to be off into the post, and off the other post. Surely this isn't, no! Roloff comes in from nowhere and says, not yet. Danger still not averted, Gas. Surely they score off of this possession, and they don't. The lines are cleared, and here comes the counterattack. It's going to be on net. AB with the save. Can he get to the next ball? He can. What a clearance from AB. Did everything he could there, and Gas, that was a great passage of play.
Oh, definitely. I definitely turned the one team had to concede there, but so far it's no goal conceded there. But let's see what can happen here as Rolev will clear this inside, getting a flick over one, can pass it, actually leave it, going for a bump instead. But now Breezy J on his back ball in his corner, controlling this off the ceiling, will go for another touch, beating the last defender there, will follow his ball here, will try to get a 50 off Rolev. Now Avi has to pass his middle, will actually take the shot instead, but Danilo playing this in the corner, like touch coming out from him. Salton will have to follow this as he's beating Liam here, will chase this now. Danilo with the chance, Demo in Avi do nice save coming out from Avi. Rolev just missing a ball. Did he land through it? I don't know, but
I think he did. It looked ridiculous, but it was a death from above scenario. He really did crush him.
Nice pass from Rolev now. Solskjaer will be up, will go back down as he can't follow that ball now. Danilo off the side wall, passing this middle. Breezy J with a nice clear. Avi can take a shot, it's on target. Rolev back it off, though. Nice save coming up from Solskjaer, just clearing this to the side. Liam with a chance, passing this up the back, but Rolev calmly saving this. Doesn't have a lot of boost, have to settle for a 50. Does not get it. Danilo missing this. Solskjaer playing this forward. Avi bringing this back middle. We'll chase it down. We just have to play this downwards. Go for the double, but Rolev will save that on the goal line.
I don't know how he said it, but the counterattack is starting here. That's a huge demo on the half line. And that's going to probably allow them to get out. What a great fake from Danilo. And he's going to be up, and it's going to be up. And who can finish here after the bump? Rolev might commit. They got to start throwing something, maybe a third man attack, because they are down 2-0, and maybe some risks have to start being taken. It doesn't really matter if you lose 3-0 or 2-0. They have to start taking some risks early and soon here with 30 seconds left. Here comes Rolev again with another big 50. They're going to have to start getting that third man out. And here he comes. Still a bit risky. Caught in no man's land a little bit. It's off the backboard and off an awkward bounce. And Rolev has to get the clearance. He does. Rolev looking to put some pressure on the back line. And he does it straight back down. Can anybody get a touch? It's going to be in. Surely this is in. No, it's not. Oh my goodness. That could have been their way back. And I think surely now it might be over. I don't like to talk too soon, guys, but I don't think there's any way back for them now.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way back, especially if you don't score from that chance that you could have clearly scored from. And it's a bit unfortunate, it just bounced off the post and it just didn't bounce their way. But that's what happens as the ball touched the ground. This 0-second chance, almost scoring there was Breezy J, really close, but Ave will try and kill this play, maybe score in his own net. So let's see what he can do. He does score in his own net.
Wow.
Get one goal back. Beautiful from him. That was nice control, I'll say.
You know what? Pretty good control. But does the sassiness of AV here come back to haunt them? Do the Rocket League gods truly admire the own goal with 0 seconds left? I've always had debates about that. We'll leave that up to you, Gas, maybe. But I guess we'll also find out if they lose the next 2 straight. We know that own goal came back to haunt them, all right?
I mean, it's all for vibes. Personally, I think it's all for vibes. You know, it's a 0-second goal. Might as well just score your net for the fun of it. It is where it is. But now, we've seen an Onca team locked in. Like, this game was night and day from them, different from game 1. And on offense, they were clinical. They were launching attacks here and there. It was I feel it was just so hard for Flame to keep up, especially the fact like the first game was so slow. So now it's a matter of can they adjust.
I hope they do adjust because we have a series on our hands here, 1-1. But it really never looked like they were going to win that game in particular. But the speed difference, like you said, I think is a really good point, Gaz. But you would never know those were the 2 same teams out there from game 1 and 2. But now going on to game 3, we'll see what transpires. Will it be much of the same or something a little bit different? And only time will tell.
Low-key, I think it might be more of the same. I don't know. I just feel like even in the first game, the Onca team were so much on pressure, but they just couldn't find their shots on target. But game 2 was so different because they were finding that and there was so much threatening on offense. So it's going to be really tough for Flame to come back into this. If they do, it's going to take a miracle, probably. Not a miracle, but like they need to put in more efforts, definitely.
I think so too, and they are off. As we do have 414,000 in attendance at this arena. It's a very large seating arena, and that breaks a world record for most people watching a live Rocket League game, which I love to say that, guys. It's a pleasure to be in the booth with you for it. But we have a series on our hand as AV gets a good 50, but it's going to be back to his own team. Breezy J up to the half wing. Salty with an important touch. Is it to a teammate, though? No, and it's going to be back into their own corner. Some good pressure here from Flame to start, guys. That's what we did want to see from them. Is it going to pay dividends, though, is the question.
Yeah. Well, let's see what can happen. Yeah, as BCJ off the side or challenged by Saltian. 50 coming out between them as Liam will try and pass this middle. Olaf though will be there to intercept. Ave will beat him though, but then taking his time. Clench is not a really good clear as Ave will take control, passing his middle. Saltian will be up. Clench is to the side. Can he follow his own ball? Cannot get the touch that he needed as BCJ will go for the follow and score the first goal of game 3.
That is quite the finish. Right here, you just wish Salty gets a touch on it, and Breezy prowling around there like a shark in the water, just hoping for the miss, finds it, and then slots it.
Yeah. Nice finish coming out from Breezy G there. But let's see if they can come back into this here. Assaultion now trying to make amends of his mistouch there. Will be challenged by Liam now. Liam will try and play this middle, but Danilo will beat him to the ball. Saltian is forward, popping this up. Harvey clearing this off his back, but actually controlling it instead. We'll try and get a 50 between him and Danilo. Cleared into the middle. Breezy J follow his own ball here. Roll off with a nice pinch. It's a red bounce into the middle for Saltian to take the shot. Equalizer almost. It bounces off the post. But I believed that was the equalizer.
It looked like all but cooked, and it was not. We cut open the chicken, and it was still purple inside. Gaz, right off the right side of the post and back out, but we will say, what a save it was. But, signs of things to come. I doubt they get cut off the score sheet 2 games in a row. That's very hard to do in Rocket League. And here they come, another wave of attack with a big demo, and a huge save from AB. Just been a brick wall back there.
Yeah. I do want to ask, do you cut the chicken and find the bubble?
Not me particularly. I love my chicken perfectly cooked, so I don't get that bad old salmonella. But these guys left that one in not long enough in the oven because that was off the right post and not a goal. Hence the rare chicken part. Guys, I don't think I need to explain that any further. As we move on, it's going to be a shot and it's in! Completely cooked chicken, Gaz. Completely cooked.
Yeah, Breezy J, he's shooting. He is shooting at the moment, and it's just so hard for the Flame to save that. Roloff also almost saving that. It was just so close for him. But yeah, 2-0 up now. Onca find themselves. They've just been clinical on offense. And Flame, how do they come back into this? Avi up now, Danilo onto the backboard, just clearing this to the side as Liam will take a chance to pass this. Saltian will intercept. There's a demo from Roloff on the last one. Saltian, all I have to do is take the shot. No one wastes too much time, but he passes off the backboard. Roloff, you have to finish. Avi will block that though. Danilo will not just shot that he's aiming for as Avi now on the counter attack. Saltian misses out. Avi will score the 10th goal.
That's heartbreaking, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're Flames, that's heartbreaking. To have such an open chance, kind of hit the defender a little bit. They were still there. It would still have to be finished. The follow-up gets 50'd out, and then you whiff on the back end, and then they get the good old low double tap. That hurts, and they're going to really have to reclaim their mentals after this. It's going to have to get into the dressing room here and say, what do we got to do differently here, boys? Because we need something to change and something to change quick. At this rate, it's going to be a short series.
I mean, 3-1 isn't really a short series. I'll take it. But
you're right.
It's been one-sided. That's what I'm saying. But it's a free just for Saltian. How? It bounces off the post, off the crossbar. With an attempted save coming out. I feel like, yeah, it's the best of what you could do. But unfortunately, none of his teammates were back in time.
Well, you know what? That was a bit unlucky, but also lucky, and curse of the commentator a little bit there. We were saying it might be over, and they immediately respond. 2 minutes left to go. If you ask me, they're still in it.
Yeah. Unless BCJ will get to go back here almost.
I should stop saying things at this point. It's getting a bit ridiculous. Oh, geez.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God. Oh, I gotta just take over, guys. You gotta take over. I'm not allowed to say any words, or else the series will be over.
BCJ just faking one out, but it's pop middle. Then not a lot of boost for him to get it clear. It's a 50 between him and Liam. Roloff, you have to clear this. Ave is waiting. BCJ do will play this off the sidewall now. Ave following this. No, Ave backing off now. We'll follow this ball here. Not a lot of boost to try and play this off the back, but none of his teammates. And then Liam, you have to take the shot. You have to play for the miss if you actually want to score a goal. But BCJ, Karma collected 15 off Roloff. Ave now following this up off the sidewall. We'll have to challenge Saltian here. Saltian will miss that ball also. Is he lagging again? I don't know, but it seems like it.
He might be, but he might do better when he starts lagging. It seems like they played better without Salty on perfect ping. Maybe it was just a mentality thing. I doubt it's a skill thing. They're doing well otherwise. And here he goes. He's going to be up the wall. Just no boost. They haven't had boost in so long, it feels like. Gas. They just keep not having boost, and that pitch is going to be directly on the net. 45 seconds left here. If they're going to get anything going out of this game, they're going to have to get it fair quickly because it's going to be an onslaught of attacks for the last 30 seconds without boost control. And AB just gets that 50, but it's back all the way into their end, and they're going to have to recoup. It's going to be back into a dangerous spot here. Can anybody get there first? Oh, what a save! Danilo collecting, Salty putting it back in. It could be anyone's game still. Danilo has to put this back on net, and he does. Breezy has to get a touch, back out to the wing, he gets it to Liam. We haven't seen much of Liam this game, but he has been getting good 50s, Gaz. It's good to see him not being a problem out there for his own team, but not being maybe the solution either, but that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. You know what they call players like that? They call them the glue sometimes. You always need that type of player to keep you in check. Well, Liam can get a go for himself here, doesn't get it though, as Salty will just go back in time. But now, 3-1 up, Onca will have to take the last game. Maybe Avi trying to score his own net again.
Okay.
Avi to just dime up Salty on there to let him get a goal at least.
Avi really trying to score his own net at the last. You know what? You maybe you're right. Maybe it is just a bit of fun. The Rocket League gods aren't punishing him for it, so surely it's just a bit of fun. And maybe I overreacted, and I apologize to Avi.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just been funny so far. But from him, especially those last second goals that he keeps diming up or scoring himself. I hope he does it in the next game too. But hopefully on the other side of the nets. But yeah,
he has a couple of assists on his own end for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like the series is one-sided.
It feels one-sided, even the passages of play. I mean, the scores are close, thanks to AV, but it doesn't actually have too much sting in it near the end of the game there. A couple of chances, though, that if Flame actually do score, they are going to be okay. They are getting some chances still. It's just, in Rocket League, you know, you can't rely on 1 or 2 chances and you just score 100% of the moments, right? You do want a couple of chances because you will miss the odd one, and that's what separates the pro players from the semi-pro players. But it is definitely going to be an interesting 4th game. I think Flame's got something left in the tank here as they move forward.
Yeah, there's still a lot left in the tank. But the question is, maybe this Onca team, they're just playing so much better at the moment than them. You get what I'm saying? Because so far they've done nothing wrong. They're not making mistakes. They're being clinical. So that's what you want from a team in Rocket League.
Yeah, and they're actually they're playing what I would argue is as good as Rocket League as you could play on the defensive end. They just seem to be so locked in. I have not seen one double commit. I'm sorry, right there, they kind of try to pinch that ball out, but for the most part, I have not seen one double commit from the Onca side all series.
I like how you said you haven't seen one double commit and they immediately double commit
within a second. It was, but whatever. We move on, Gaz. We move on. All right, I'm embarrassing myself out here. This is going to be an awkward one. Salty is up, and it's another great save from Liam. And it is, again, a squandered opportunity because of how fast this defense is. The reset into the middle, a double. Ooh, is going on a bit of a style show there. And Liam, again, not making any mistakes. We love to see it. This is going to be on net. It's going to be a save, and it is. Salty played well as well, but we haven't seen Spud too much. I feel like he's been a bit behind in the plays. Really just trying to be that third man, be that rock back there. It's a thankless job, but someone has to do it, Gaz.
Yeah, I also just noticed that Flame, they made a change. They subbed in Mr. Spud here. I don't know why. Maybe Danilo just wasn't playing well enough. I think I also noticed that. Maybe they're just going for a change of pace because they are 2-1 down now. They have to change something. So maybe this is the response to that.
Well, that would make sense why I haven't seen much of him. I'm like, wow, this is the first time I've talked about Spud tonight. And it is a thankless job, being a substitute as well. So I wasn't too off, but well, maybe we see a difference in Flame here with Spud in the play. He's already made a couple of good saves, and we're going to see another one up the top. Breezy's going to try and 50 this in. No, he can't. Spud electing to leave that for Salty, and he's going to have to get on this one. He does. He gets it cleared nice and high. But Gaz, this does feel like a bit of a different pace.
Well, yeah, definitely. It's so much faster from Flame here, but Liam can score. Yeah, he actually shoots it on target and gets his goal.
I mean, what can you say about this?
I mean,
Liam,
you know,
straight down and perfect.
Yeah, you know, you have to take the shots. You take 100 shots, but as long as you score one, that's what matters.
It is. You got to keep
big up
shooting
Liam.
and keep the mentality high that you will score. You're right. I love that attitude because Rocket League is really about a lot of misses, isn't it? It happens in a fast-paced game.
Yeah. But Liam just missing that roll off now. Challenged by Breezy J. Yeah, Avi has to bury this down, but it's off the post. How?
Is that the turning point? That could have been the dagger, if you ask me.
Now, Breezy J going back down. Soldier has to pass this middle for Spud. Spud waiting. Cleared by Liam. Avi has to be roll left here. Spud now have to turn for this to control this to the side. Might leave the 100, leaves it because he has to play the ball. He has to be quick as Spud going for a bump. Breezy J to clear off this back, but roll left will be up. Touch. Forward, Avi will control this to the corner. Now Spud is going again, going for a pass middle. Actually trying to control this. Liam is chasing him down. Spud has to back off though, as Liam will beat one. Breezy J will wait for the touch here. Roloff just not getting the touch off the side that he wanted. Avi now following his own ball. Will get a pass middle. Will go for a 50 though. He beats one. Actually, none of his teammates are there to follow up though.
That's too bad because it was a great beat on that 50. Really hit the gym, really made it strong in the middle. Here comes Salty with a bit of tank in the gas. It's going to be a double tap. No, they get a good 50, but it's back into a dangerous spot again. They've been pretty good at stalling those clears, I have to say. Here comes Salty again. Liam with a great touch. Here comes roll up. It's going to be a no. It's off the side post, and here comes the counterattack. The cavalry is coming back the other way. Spud already back. Actually really well positioned for that. And are they going to get the secondary touch? They do. Here comes roll up. This one's on. It's in. No, it's not. Oh my goodness. No, it is. Oh my god, gas. Oh my goodness. It was just chaos there for a second. It doesn't get all the way out. Take a look at this.
I know me and you, our hearts kind of stopped because the ball on the goal line. But imagine roll left at that moment. You have a chance to score and come back into this game, and the ball is just teasing you like that, rolling on the goal line. It's almost all black too. Just has to cross the line. But yeah, well played on him, just finding the angle. He just get one back. But can they hold? No, they have to score. You have to score because you are a game down in the series. You have to find another goal. But Breezy J, oh no, find the second goal. It's free for him. How is it free for him?
Guys, I have no idea what happened on the defense there. It looks like Spud went up a little bit late. Salty was boost starved, and Breezy took advantage. It hurts so much to score and finally even the game, and then to get scored on maybe a bit of a miscommunication, and they find themselves back down 2-1, and now they definitely have to score, Gaz.
Yeah, you definitely have to score now. But they have been taking some chances, I would say here, and they've made a lot of demos on the Onca goal line. So well played to Flame. But now 1 minute left, all backs on the wall. Now you have to do something. Breezy J picking up the 100 now. Spud will have to pass this middle. It's not a great pass. It bounces off the corner. Nice clear coming out from Onca defense here. Soldier just popping this forward. Breezy J will calmly control this now. We'll just clear this forward. Everyone is backing off now. Spud will just have to touch this to his own corner. Roll left turning here. We'll have to follow this. Roll left will miss it though. Breezy J, not a lot of boosts though. Can bring in middle for his team. Avi will just take a great clear. It's off the back ball. Spud with a nice clear forward. Breezy J will just go off the sidewall. Just playing this a bit forward. They just have to buy their time, Onca. They just have to keep on playing this ball forward. Just not giving them any space, just killing the ball as much as they can, but it bounces downwards. Roll off with a shot. It's not on target though, but clear to the corner. 10 seconds left. Take us away, sir.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and that ball's gonna stay up. Can anybody get there first? They're gonna have a full possession. Spud just has to keep this going. He gets the first flick. Can he get the second one? No, he misses. Oh, it's over, just like that.
Oh no, not like that. I mean,
That
yeah,
hurts.
they were losing, yeah, but just you have to keep the ball up. You had to, and you just couldn't. And Pantera, Onca take the game win, and they take the series win here.
It is unfortunate, but can we really say they didn't deserve it is the other thing. I think they outplayed them. I think they played well, and if there's a team that deserves the win today, it kind of has to be them.
Definitely, I feel like Onca, they played very, very well. Flame they found themselves lacking throughout. And I don't even know how they ended up winning the first game. Well, the first game is a warm-up game, so I'll say it is where it is. But yeah, Onca, they played very well, and I am optimistic of them heading into their next game, which they'll be playing immediately after this one, and it will be against Shadow, the Shadow rival team, Nightfall. So stay tuned for that one, guys. It's just in 10 minutes.
Yep, that's going to be coming up soon. And Breezy J with the MVP, and I don't think it really should have went to anyone else there. No complaints
Oh
from
yeah,
me. He was everywhere. That was really well done. Goals, demos, saves, you name it. He was there. So the catalyst today for sure. I love saying that word as I heard it yesterday. I've only been saying it. I just include it in every sentence possible now. Anything? Any final thoughts from you guys?
I don't. No final thoughts for me, but end of the season for Flame. Well played. It's been a long season. Don't be too hard on yourselves. But Onca, they do continue their run here. They still have their life, and they will continue to battle it out in 10 minutes.
Beautiful. Well done. See you guys.
welcome back, everyone. It's just like I said, 10 minutes break. We've had our 10 minutes. We just finished the Onca versus Flame game in the lower bracket of the rival brackets. And Onca, we saw them winning that pretty comfortably, 3-1. So, after the win, how do you see the bracket, Sir Pegasus?
Well, how have I been seeing the bracket? Completely wrong, apparently, alongside the rest of RS cast. We have currently gone 0 for 4 in match results. That's going to be made 0 to 5 because we did not predict this matchup between Nightfall and Onca. As you can see, like you mentioned, Onca coming off the back of a Game 4 win versus Flame. They'll have one more opportunity to get themselves into that playoff bracket. But later today in those uppers, we will see Momentum versus Aptus to see which one of those second or third seeds will keep their second life and presence in the upper bracket heading into the playoffs. But Rival, it's been incredible so far. We've alluded to this being one of the closest seasons of RSC that we've seen in a very long time. And you see 3 out of 4 Game 5s there on screen so far. And that just goes on to prove it. We were saying the same for Prospect. We were saying the same for Challenger. All our predictions seemingly running true in that regards. But when it becomes, you know, matchup to matchup, there's where all those issues start to slip in. But Nightfall versus Onca, I would say that there's a clear favourite here on the pitch, and I did ask all the geniuses over in Rival Discussion how they thought this series would go, and after, you know, a brief wall of a lot of unhelpfulness from those that were there, I did get some loud and proud voices through that said that, well, the team that did come in with the highest seeding should be our favourite team for the day, but Onca, it's not like they're exactly listening to storylines so far.
Yeah, Onca, well, I saw last game, they really impressed me. They were high on offense, and as long as they're shooting their goals, the defense was solid too. So I like what I saw, definitely. And I also asked a very how do I say, a very also genius but elite player. So, and he said Onca win. So I think I'm confident on that. So I'm confident on Onca winning this game, I think. And I'll go for an Onca 3-1 win here.
So you want that momentum. They've already had that series played at the high level here on stream. They've already got those nerves all out of the way. So you're going Onca. Unfortunately, I am just going to go for that higher seeded team. I'm going to go with the quote-unquote geniuses from Rival Discussion that voted I should be predicting a 3-1 for Shadow. So I'm going to go with the people for once. All the guys that were in that Twitch chat for the final RS card saying I have 0 ball knowledge. Let's put them to the test now for the second series of the day. Of course, this is going to be for qualification into the playoffs. Loser will be knocked out of the competition. As high the stakes as you could have for some random Wednesday evening. So, ladies and gentlemen, enough of the intro. You're sick to death of hearing us talk. Let's see the players put the performances on the pitch. Nightfall versus Onca. We have kickoff.
Now Liam will take possession here. No, a lot of boosts as just passes his middle of the ramp of the backboard. But Ken taking control. Nice name, I see Ken. But even now, air dribble 50 with JDR to the side. Breezy J will push this forward, chasing this now, but Ken with a nice clear bounces off the ramp of the sidewall. Liam will be up now. Let's see what he can do. Trying to pass this middle, getting a 50. He doesn't really get it though, as AV does a miss jump coming off. I mean, Mars chasing this will go for a bump. JDR will now follow this. AV with a nice clear recovery from that bump earlier, but nice control coming off. I mean, beating one can beat the second, almost beating the second, but it's off the backboard. All he has to do, Liam, is shoot on target. Not again, Liam. Oh, you can't continue shooting off target like last series.
And you were alluding to it before we head into this series when we were on that break stream that Liam Nicholas needs to get his shooting together. I didn't watch all of that first series, so I'm not as in tune with this idea you might have, but I guess I've been given that early bit of confirmation on your side. So come on, Liam Nicholas, lock in. This is a playing stages. You're on your last live. We've got to see it all come together. But when I'm looking at his teammates as well, AV, I know he can perform at the playoffs. I remember a few seasons back, a rival grand final where he scored a fantastic sidewall that ended up becoming the lower tiers goal of the season. And well, if he was able to step up in that first series of the day, let's see if that continues for the second. But for now, JHDR will pick up that first ball, look to fake it low. Ken will take it towards that right wall. It's going to be low boost for those two challengers. So Mars is going to have to take that upper hand. Liam Nicholas wants to find a teammate. It was a good cut there from Ken to find that second man. You're starting to see some of this pressure come together here for Nightfall. But the defense, for the meantime, has kept that one out. Ken almost getting it off the back of the inside of the net. But ultimately, ball staying safe